And as we face into the fight against anti-EU forces in other countries, we need to remember that the impact of leaving the European Union is no longer a theoretical debate. As a great British statesman of the last century once said, and I quote, "Why look into a crystal ball when you can read the book?" Unquote. We must all understand that we have a new and powerful weapon in our fight against the anti-EU ideologues. We can show people the cost of their policies. We can show that a vote for them has a huge price tag, which will only grow as time goes on. Using basic comparisons, Brexit shows that the anti-EU fanatics would cost every French, Dutch, German or Swedish family over 1,000 a year just with a vote to leave the EU. They would cost every Spanish household €900 a year. Every Hungarian household would lose €700 a year. And critical sectors of British industry say much worse is on the way. The auto industry faces the biggest threat, with supply chains and export markets threatened and factories and investment undermined. This was inevitable because few industries need the European Union as much as the auto industry, an industry which employs 3.4 million people in the European Union and accounts for 11% of all manufacturing employment. When parties campaign against the European Union, they are threatening the jobs of auto workers and others. In Hungary, nearly 100,000 people work in the auto industry, and it exports 92% of its output. Why should Orban and his supporters be allowed to attack the European Union without being forced to acknowledge the threat to these jobs which anti-EU campaigning presents? And once again, you can go country by country and list hundreds of thousands of people whose livelihoods demand immediate access to an integrated single market which exists nowhere outside of the European Union.